thanks a lot the community for giving me the opportunity to present. And like Anup said, this is the first session, and I'm a bit nervous as well. We have a huge audience here. Okay, well, today I'm going to present how to deploy, how to package a Win32 app in Intune, and how it can be packaged, how it can be like deployed to the a number of missions in Intune, and what all other things we need to be checked while we create a app in the Intune, and what all are the prerequisites and which log need to be checked, and many other things. I have a very small slide I have created for you, and probably once I'm done with this theoretical explanation, I will move to the Intune portal, and we will start creating the app from the scratch. And before going further, this is me, Sujin Nelladath, and it's been, I think, almost 10 years I'm in the industry working as an IT engineer. Since 2013, I have started, and as many others, I have started as a desktop engineer. And later on, I moved to Intune. And Anup, are we recording the session?
Yes, we are.
Okay, okay, well, and then currently I'm working with the DevOps technologies as well. I take care of the VMware cloud, and I do write the PowerShell script. I'm a bit interested on the automation part as well, and I do little take care of the Azure as well. And well, that's about me. This is my LinkedIn link. You can search me on the LinkedIn and hit me a follow request. We can have connection over there as well, right? So I will move to the next slide. Okay, so basically, what is Intune Win32 app deployment? I'm pretty sure all of my audience would have already created many applications in the SCCM, right? Basically, we have, different category. When I say the different category in SCCM, what app model and the package model, what you call, right? Application model and the package model, and using those two method, or maybe a terminology, or the methods, what you call, we create a different kind of applications. We create exe, we create msi, we create application using the script. When I say the script, it can be a PowerShell script, it can be a batch file, it can be anything, right? The same way in the Intune also, we have multiple method to create the application, right? Win32 app deployment, or Win32 method is one among that. Apart from the Win32, we have line of business, and we have multiple other methods which you can do application deployment. I will show that in a bit when I do the demo. But specifically when it comes to the Win32 app deployment, as I mentioned in the slide, as you can see my screen, Win32 app deployment is for 32-bit as well as for the 64-bit of application, right? It's not just for 32-bit application. As the name states, it stays Win32, but it doesn't really mean that it's about only the 32-bit application. It probably may confuse people, okay, whether it support the 64-bit applications or not. But the answer is it support both 64 as well as and 32-bit application. So using the Intune Win32 app deployment, you can deploy both 64 and the 32-bit of application, right? Win32 application allow different type of create a package, different type of application, such as msi, exe, or maybe a script, maybe a PowerShell one, right? Recently I have written a blog how to deploy a chocolate application, right? That was a PowerShell script I have written myself, and I have deployed, and I have tested in our test lab. So what I was trying to say, not just the msi, not just the exe, you can create any kind of any type of application using the Win32 app deployment, same as what we used to do in the SCCM. Okay, so one thing always have to remember, Win32 application programmers are just written only for the Windows operating system. It means that you can't test it on, or maybe you can try this on any other operating system in the Intune. Okay, and in the SSM, we just need a setup file, right? Or maybe a MSI or exe, and we directly go to the console and we create the application, right? By right clicking the applications, and we do some technical stuffs over there, and we create a application, we test it over there in the SSM. But here in the Intune, it's not literally possible that, okay, go to the console and take the exe or MSA and create a package and deploy it to your mission. So that would not work. What we need a dot Intune win format file, right? That need to be created first. That file will have all the information about your application which you're gonna deploy to the machines, right? Which you're gonna deploy to the workstation, right? That need to be created using a Win32 Content Prep Tool. I will show you how it can be downloaded, how it can be packaged later, right? But always remember, when you create a Win32 app deployment, when you package a Win32 app deployment in the Intune, you always have to have a Win32 content prepare tool ready to convert the application installation file. It can be MSI or it can be ESE. Like I said, it can be anything to a .intune win format file, right? When you create a package in the Intune portal, you're gonna select only the Intune the .intune win format file, not the exe, not the MSI file. Okay, I'll move to the next slide. Right, so this pretty important. What are the prerequisites before you work on the Win32 app deployments? Obviously, right, the OS version, it won't support the very old operating system. Obviously, it support only the workstation. I don't really need to say that, but it support the Windows 10 version, right? 1607 later, which means that it support like both Windows 10 as well as the 11, right? Our testing gonna be on Windows 11 machines, which is latest version. But I must say this, what are the OS version it would support? When you try with the very old Windows 10 operating system, or maybe Windows 8 operating system, or any other one, it will not work. You must not wonder why it is not working. So the answer is, it has a limitation, right? It has a prerequisites. It will work only with a particular OS version, which is uh, 1607 or later, right? So device must be joined or registered to the Azure Active Directory, like, or maybe auto enroll. So obviously, right, the machine which is not enrolled or not registered to the Active Directory, or maybe, like, it's not part of Intune, right? You will not be able to manage. So what it says, the Intune management extension support device that are Azure AD joined, Azure AD registered, can be hybrid domain join, or maybe group policy enroll. The moral of the story, the device which you're going to test, which you're going to deploy the application, has to be part of our Azure, right? So if not, it will not work, right? So what I mean to say, the on-premises device which is not part of the Azure, or maybe the Intune, it is not enrolled. When you try to, obviously it makes sense, right? When you try to deploy the, or maybe when you create a package and try to do your testing, it will not work. The reason is, it is not supported, it is not meeting the prerequisites what you have to be, right? And the very important point, and the last point, the application size must not be greater than 8 GB, right? If you try to create an app more than 8 GB, that will not work, right? This also need to be, like, remember always. But what I have seen, most of the app which we generally work, it should be less than 8 GB. But this need to be remember always. The app which you're going to try, which you're going to test, it should not be greater than 8 GB, right? That makes sense, I believe. All right, so now we're gonna prepare the Win32 app content for the upload. So you must prepare the app, like I said, the app. Let's say it can be a MSI, or it can be an EXE, anything, right? You have to prepare that for Intune upload, Intune packaging, right? How it can be done? It can be done using a Win32 content prepared prep tool, like I said, right? So you have to download it. Where you will get it? You will get it from the GitHub, right? That I link I will provide you later. We already have mentioned this link in our multiple blog post. You can get it from there as well. But however, I will just get that once I'm done with the presentation. Okay, I don't want to break the presentation, however, right? So the tool, what it will do, it will just take your exe or msi file, and it will convert that to the .intune win format file. I will show you how does that work, right? So once that's done, you can directly go ahead and package your application in the Intune portal. Okay, all right. This is how the process flow of a Win app, 32 Win32 app would work. So here we start, right? Select a Win32 app. Like I said, it can be anything. It can be an MSI, it can be an exe, it can be a script file, it can be anything, right? So now you will create the Intune Win file, right, using the prep tool. Once that is done, you will upload the Win32 the Intune Win file to the cloud. I mean the Azure, sorry, the Intune portal, right? So then you will configure over there. You will say like you will put all the information what you require, whatever the things it would ask in the portal. You will fill that, right? Once all that's done, you will configure the app requirement, right? There are some dependencies that need to be done. There are some detection method, you must do it, right? So same as in the SCCM. So I mean, same method, right? What we used to do in the SCCM. Here also we have the detection method. So there are two kind of detection method what we generally use here. Very first one is manual detection method, and the second one is custom. So when it goes to the custom, you're going to use a PowerShell script. You can only use the PowerShell script over there. That script will detect whether the application which you're going to deploy now, whether it's already installed or not, right? That's how the detection method would work. So when it comes to the manual detection method, there are three options basically. One is registry, the another one is file or folder, and the third one is MSI. In my case, in this example, I'm going to test a Google Chrome, which is an MSI. So probably the third method would to write in a suit here, but you can try the registry as well as file or folder method as well. So any method you choose, doesn't really matter what method you choose. What it has to do, it has to detect whether the application is installed or not. So and it has to return back with an output. Okay, so that's how it works, like I said, in the SCCM as well, right? I believe, hope that makes sense for you. All right. So once that is done, you will return the you will configure the return code, right? And that's done, obviously create, and you can test it on the Intune portal. All right. So yeah, next is demo time, I believe. Yeah, that's it. Let me what track the other session here, right? Well, good. So this is the place where you can. This is our GitHub, repo, wherein you can download it from here. You just click over here. I will just ping this here right away. Is a place where you can download your uh, Win32 prep tool, right? Once you click here in the source code, it will just download directly, right? And you can save it locally on your machine. Okay. So I'm first I'm gonna create a a .intune file for you, right? I already downloaded everything here for you, right? I will just drag that here again. So this is the folder, right? I have the tool downloaded here, right? You see the Intune Win app util.exe. This is the tool what we're gonna use, and I have the Chrome file as well. Okay, you see here. So I have the MSA and the exe as well, and I downloaded a logo. So I'll show you where you can, put the logo, where you create or where you package the application later. But here in my case, I'm going to use the .msi, right? You see the file, it's got downloaded here, and I'll go back, and I'll again I will start from here. You see the Intune Win app util.exe file is downloaded here, and what I will do, I will directly go to the command prompt from here itself. All right, so you can do in different method. I know people use the cd backslash and like go to the folder, I mean take but however you have to navigate to the folder where you downloaded the tool, right? That's it. So what I will do, I will just go inside here. Now I will just take the tool which I downloaded, right? Intune Win app dot util.exe. It's very simple. When you type I or in, it will like and when you type the tab, right, it will just get you the tool, right? So now when you see the tool which is pop up here, just hit enter, right? So it will ask you the source folder. It's pretty important. So now we have the source folder over here, right? What's our source folder? It's our source folder, which is Chrome, okay, wherein I saved all the files, right, which is related for this app deployment, right? Okay, I will just come back here again. I will put the source folder, right? Okay, so specify the setup file. So what is the setup file from the particular the Chrome folder, or maybe the source folder? You see there are multiple setup file. One is MSI and one is exe. What I will do, I will just take the MSI one. Why? I'll do one thing. I'll just copy this. So I'll just come here again. Okay, this would work. Yeah. Now it is asking me to specify the output folder. output folder in the sense where this tool will store the .intune vim file. Okay, so I believe I can store that here in the particular same folder itself. That's your call. If you want to store that in a different folder, right, that's fine. If you want to keep that in the same folder where you kept all your the setup file and other information, that's also fine. Doesn't really matter. But yeah, I will just click OK here. Now, do you want to specify the catalog folder? I would say yeah, right? And specify the catalog folder information. Again, I will go with the same, right? Okay, well, now it will get created. Okay, so if you see here, right, it started now, it's 32% completed, right? So there would be some logs would get generated, right? So that you can read here, right? See here, 97%, 100% done. Okay, now this part is done. Now I don't want to do anything with the tool because I'm done with the tool. Okay, see, where's the file? See this file, this got created over here, right? Intune win file. So if I go to the properties of this one, okay, you see the details, right? See, this is an Intune win file, and the size is 200 MB, 209 MB, right? And like what, the extension is what, Intune win. Okay, this is what we need. Now we are done with the packaging part, or maybe the one of the main prerequisites what we need to create that. We need to prepare the file for the Intune upload. That's done. Hope this clear for you. All right. Now I'm in the Intune portal now, right? Okay, I'll go to the apps, right? I'm gonna create an app, or maybe I'm gonna package it here in the Intune portal, right? So it will take a while. That's fine. So come here in the apps and all apps, right? Add, right? Here you see there are multiple app types over here. Okay, you see what Android store, maybe the 365 app, what the line of business app, right? Win32 app, Mac OS app. So this example, particular this example, we gonna configure the Windows Win32 app, right? So I'm gonna choose this one. All right, so when you choose this one, it will give you a description: add a customer in-house Win32 base app, upload the app installation file in the .intune win format. This is pretty important, right? So we are fine, we have created the .intune win format file. Now I will just say select. Okay, now you will get a new window that will ask you to upload the package, right, which we created just now. Select file, right? Select the package here, right? Package file. Right, now what I have to go inside, I'll just try here what I want to dump inside the dump software. I'll just take this one. Okay, right, now the file is added. You see, uh, it has all the information, right? It's Windows platform, what is the version, and what is the app size, right? And what's the name, Google Chrome. That's fine, right? And all the information what we need, what generally we used to fill manually, it taken automatically here. The name of the application is Google Chrome, right? At the description you can say something, it's hung. Okay, so enter the publisher name, I will say Google, right? Right, whatever you want. If you want to modify the application name, you can just do that, right? The description or whatever, if you want to modify, that would work. So you can say the category, you can select the category here. All right, so what category you want. We have some category which we already created here, and I would say HTMD core app, right? But this is not mandatory, you see. And wherever you have to put the information, input information, you can see a red mark over here, right? So red star mark here if you see in the app version, that's not mandatory, right? The category is not mandatory. And here in the other one, show this app feature in the app company portal, yeah, let it. All right, so it's fine. So if you want to add that, you can do that, right? So like information, if you URL, if you want to add anything, you can add that as well. All right, I will just add the image here. All right, I already downloaded that. Okay, right, all good now. So it's already uploaded here. Okay, so now you see in the next tab, when I click yes in the program tab, it got the installation command automatically since it's an MSI, and in the Intune Win file, it has all the information, right? You see this is an MSI file, and it's gonna be the silent installation command, same as what we generally use in the SCCM. Okay, and it's going to be the uninstallation command. Both it has taken automatically, but when you go with the other installation method, maybe like exe or maybe a script, right? Sometimes you have to put this manually. For that, you have to thoroughly test by yourself before you creating maybe a packaging yourself in the Intune. You probably can test on your test machine manually, right? Because, or maybe you can refer the like that app particular app document. Let's say if it's for Google Chrome, if you go with the Google Chrome document, they must have like clearly mentioned what installation command you have to choose when you go for silent installation, right? What would be the uninstallation command, right? And having said that, we have some particular command we generally always use for all the application installation and uninstallation. You can test with that as well. All right. So so this is the the next one is installation time required. So here it is like it's by default it comes 60 minutes. I believe the maximum what you can put here, it is days, 24 hours, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, that's right. I believe recently I read somewhere the installation time required maximum you can put 24 hours in minutes. Okay. So well, allow available uninstall. If you want to uninstall the app from the company portal, you can just say yes. I will say no, right? I don't want to uninstall this. I don't want to let my user, right, uninstall the application, right? I'm considering this as a mandatory application. But having said that, when it comes to your case, right, your particular example, or maybe your production environment, you can change this later on, right? Well, like whether you want to available make it as uninstall or what, let the end user uninstall this from the device. I mean, that's your call, that's your choice. And the installation behavior by default is coming as system, that's fine, right? And the device restart behavior, so same as in the SCCM again, we have multiple options. Determine behavior returns based on the return code. We have multiple return code here, and no specific action needed. Excuse me. App install may force a reboot, a mandatory reboot. That also would work. Intune will force the mandatory device restart. So see, basically all this, how you can define whether it would need a reboot or not, you have to test it, right? So Google Chrome, it's a pretty familiar one. So we absolutely know we don't need any reboot once you install the Google Chrome. So I'm fine here to say that no specific action, right? But when it comes to some other app, let's say any other app, I don't want to call any particular app, some application would need a reboot once you're done with the installation, right? So how you can identify that? You have to test it thoroughly first. So if that application does need a reboot, obviously when you package it, you have to specify that this application definitely need a reboot. If that reboot didn't happen, what would happen? The application will not work. There are many example cases, isn't it? So that you have to define by yourself, and that you have to test it, right? As an Intune administrator, that's your job, that okay, you have to test it thoroughly, and you have to specify the right action over here, right? You have to choose the right behavior, what I say, right? No actions, no specific action either for here particular this example. But still there are by default return code. When it comes to 0, it says success, right? When it's 1709, sorry, 1707, which means success, right? So like that's how it works. I mean, really doesn't matter. Okay. So next one is requirement. So these two, right, the first two options are mandatory here. Operating system architect, so I will say 64-bit. That makes sense for me because my operating system, what I generally test it 64-bit. Well, let's say if you have a 32-bit operating system, you can choose 32, and you can select both, right? 64 as well as 32-bit application, sorry, the operating system here. So in my case, I will go ahead and choose what, 64-bit application, right? And minimum operating system, so we already said that in our in the slide. What's the minimum requirement? So obviously which is Windows 10 1607, I will say maybe Windows 10 1803 or something. That really doesn't matter for me. My test mission is Windows 11, right? So when you choose anything, right, so it means that, right, any operating system which is greater than this particular version would work here, right? So this is a minimum operating system, right? You have to define here, and it's mandatory. And again, same as other packaging option, right? Here you can specify what the disk space as well, right? If you want to maybe let's say maybe or what 100 MB should be there. You can specify that, and like physical memory also you can specify fields, and it's not mandatory, so I'm not going to put anything here which is not mandatory, right? So, and same as SCCM, I can say, or we can specify, or maybe we can define many requirements over here, right? What would be the minimum CPU speed, what would be the minimal logical processor required, right? So everything. All right, so next is pretty important, which is detection rule. This is what I was explaining, right? We have two role format. Always remember, only two role format here. One is custom detection script, and another one is manually configure the detection rule. Okay, so when you choose the custom detection script, right, you have to what specify a script, right, that will do the detection rule. But you have to browse the script, and you have to define it over here. All right, so I don't have a script. What I will do, I will just go ahead and select the manual configure detection rules over here, right? And once you select that, you will get another option down to add the detection rule type. Okay, so we have again three rule type which I explained in my slide. First is MSI file and the registry, right? When you go with the registry, obviously same as in SSM, again you have to define the registry path. All right, so which path should exist over there to define, okay, oh, the application is installed, right? How the Intune can detect whether the application is successfully installed or not. All right, so the same way when it comes to the file, either you can specify the file or maybe the folder name, right? So but in our case I will specify the MSI, right? This is an MSI, yeah. So the always one good advantage with MSI, and the reason why I always choose the MSI, because it will automatically select the MSI product code, right? That's more than enough. That's no more headache. So when you go with the MSI, right, it will go with the MSI product code, which is definitely unique one. So it will just check whether the product code is there or not. That's more than enough, right? All right, so if you want to product version check, either you can say yes or no, right? If you say yes, you have to write uh, maybe specify the version. Let's say in our case, I mean, I don't really remember the version of the Google Chrome which I'm going to deploy, but you can specify the version. But in my case, I say no, I don't need that. All right, dependency, same as other method. If you want to have any other dependencies application to be installed, you can add that here. Let's say what example I would put, very weird example, maybe to install the Google Chrome, you need some plugin, or maybe you need some, let's say some .NET or something need to be installed. That really doesn't make any sense, but still, you know what I mean. If you want to get this application to be installed, if you have any software dependencies that must be installed right before this application can be installed, you can specify that here. Obviously you have to package that as well in the Intune, and you can add that here. All right, so in our case this is Google Chrome, and it's very well known. We don't have any dependencies. We don't need any other application to be installed, right, to get the Google Chrome latest version to be get installed. So that we are fine to go ahead, maybe like ignore this dependencies part, right? So I'll just say next. Supersedence is what, the same, when you supersede this application, you can specify which application directly get updated or replaced. That's clearly mentioned here, right? So when you install this one, other application would probably get superseded. You can mention that here. All right. Right, scope tag. Right, so if you want to add any scope tag here, right, so you can do that. If you that's again, uh, it's not mandatory, right? So scope tag basically it would determine which object an admin can see. Okay, so for example, let's say we have a Bangalore region office, maybe admin has a policy and the profile manager role, right? If only the admin who belongs to the Bangalore wants to see the application, you can just specify the tag over here, right? Okay, so that's how the scope tag would work. If you want to add it, you can just add it, and it's very easy to detect this the application later, right? But I'm not doing in this example, right? This is the important part when it comes to the assignment. Okay, so obviously we will have the groups created in the Intune portal, which is actually groups. We will add the devices into the group, that same as the collection in the SCCM. That's how we manage the missions here in the Intune, right? So you all know that. obviously when it comes to the Win32 app as well, when it comes to the deployment or assignment, what you call, we have two options, right? One is required and the another one is available for whom? Available for enrolled devices. The same way, required for whom? Required for the enrolled devices. Okay, you can add a group over here when you click add group, right? Let me copy the group name. I saved it somewhere. All right. Oh yeah, this one. Okay, I have a group I created for myself, right? HTMD test computers. I have one test collection added here, right? I'll just hide this, right? Okay, I just choose this one. Okay, it's selected. I will say select. Okay, now you see everything is all good. Installation is as soon as possible. Availability is as soon as possible, right? So show all those notification, right? All good, right? Well, I will just go ahead and click create, right? Before create, you thoroughly check what we have done with the packaging. This one, right? This particular part, we have selected the Google Chrome .intune file, right? The name is Google Chrome and the version is this one. Category is core app, right? And we have added a logo as well, right? There's no owner, there's no developer, there's nothing, there is no information. You have URL I have added, so I'm fine, right? I will just click create. Okay, now it will take a while to create, so now it will saving the application, then it will upload the application, right? Okay, we'll just monitor here. Okay, application is created, so soon. It's pretty good, right? Okay, I will come here again in the app, right? So yeah, it's created here, right? You can see here, come here in the app, it's uploading now, right? So all apps, let this complete. Generally it will take some time. Okay, still it is uploading. The file size is just 200 MB, and I'm wondering if it has more, it would take again more time to upload. It's 19% completed. It will complete in a moment. Good. Google Chrome is completed. Okay, you can see the notification here. It says upload of Intune file is finished. I will just close this one, right? So this is the Win32 file I created now, right? So Google Chrome, right? So this is the one I created. Okay, it's deployed as well. Now what? If you see the overview, they happen. It will take a while. You know this, right? You can understand. It will definitely will take some time to update the report back from the client device. So I'm in the cloud PC now. I will open it in another browser. It's connecting. Okay, all right. Okay, now we don't have the Google Chrome installed. We had, I uninstall it, but yeah. So what I will do, I will just sync this. Okay, now just we deployed. It will take a while to get auto sync. So what I will do, I will just come here in the accounts, right? So I'll come here in the Access Works School account, right? So I'll just expand this one, right? So I'll just click on info, right? I'll get all the information here. And once this is done, when you drag little down, you can see the device sync status, right? So click on sync, right? Again, this also will take some time. Hopefully it should work. Still singing. It's in progress. It's taking time. I know it will take time. Generally, what I would do once the deployment is done, I will just use to leave it like that, and it will. I just used to give some time to sync that system by itself, right? Here I want to show the output as well, right? Okay, I think the sync is completed. Okay, now I'll go to the company portal and see whether the. All right, I'll just open this one. Nothing is showing here. I think it's taking time or what, I don't know. All right. Mm, can't see the app here. It's not showing. I believe it will take a while. Correct, no? Yesterday when I tried some other app, that also took a while to pop up here.
Yeah, it is going to take some time, and
Yeah.
there's another option also in from the settings in company portal app. You can try to sync. So
Uh,
probably that will trigger the the
mhm.
things like IME restart, right? So so
Yeah, I
there's
see.
there's
Now
something called yeah.
that's happening. And when I generally what I have observed when I try to sync from the Intune portal, right, that also will take a while to come back, get the output, and sometimes it takes
Yeah.
time. Yeah, this works. Okay, meanwhile I can show you the logs. That's pretty good. Okay, so you can go to the Intune management extension log. I don't have the CM trace on this mission. I wish I could, but that's fine. I will open with the notepad, right? So log location, what, program data, Microsoft Intune management extension logs. This is a folder, right? So you can open the Intune management extension.log and you see what's happening here. All right, since I don't have the CM trace, it's going to be hard to read. uh, what, but you should be able to verify it here. I will search with my cursor. Google Chrome. Yeah, it's there, you see. That's good. You can see, you can verify the application's installation status. Okay, over here in this Intune management extension .log. All right, what's the date? Okay, see the date today. Okay, all right, all right. Okay, that's how you can verify it. And later on, it'll like I said, it'll take some time. Later on, you can go to the portal and see the report. Right, when you click the overview, that will clearly tell you where like what's the percentage, or maybe how many missions it got installed and how many missions it pending to install. This in another way. Let me show you that while it get installed completely. Okay, it completed now. The Google Chrome successfully installed. Let me go to the company portal. I'll just close this one. All right, no, I don't want to close this one. Okay, so when I say here downloads and updates, it should show here. One second. All right, Thinking again, it has to refresh, I believe. But meanwhile, what I will do, I will just go to the appis.cpl, right? I can show you the app installed over there. Yeah, you see the Google Chrome is here and it's installed, right? I can search for the Google Chrome. That's the So we have successfully installed a Win32 app, right? After converting the file, the MSI file into .intune Win format, right? I will just come out from this test machine and I will go back to the console now. Come on, okay. Console, right? So yeah, like I said, here in the overview, right, you can see what is the status. Probably it's not going to be live, right? We have deployed to one mission, only one mission in that collection. In that group we have only one mission, that's a test mission, and you see the install pending, but we know the live status is it's already installed. And I think probably everyone know it's not a live report. Obviously it will take some time to replicate back to the Intune portal, so you have to wait. There's no other way. Later on, maybe after a couple of minutes or maybe hours, you say this report, right? This report would say how many missions are installed. When it comes to the a huge deployment, it will absolutely say that, okay, what are the missions it got installed, and how many missions is not installed, failed, and pending, whatever, right? And when it comes to the I mean, there's another way, right? You can come here in the device, right, in the Windows device. Okay, let's take the device. I think this is our test machine. Yeah, this is the one. Right. Go inside the device. There's an option to see the installed application somewhere here. Managed application, I believe. Yep. Yeah, here also you can see, right? Go see the Google Chrome, right? Here it is required to install. Obviously, it's not updated back, but live status it's already installed. Later on, you can manually come here and verify what is the status of the install, right? It's a see, you can see the mode of installation, maybe the deployment what you have defined. It's a required mode. There are applications which we made as available mode as well. You see, that's what Office and all you can see here in my screen. This one is what we have deployed as a required installation, right? Required installation, not as an available one. So you can see other applications which is like the deployed as install sorry, the required installation and install, right? But what I generally feel, when it comes to the test missions or one or two missions, we could probably come here and check each and every mission, right? But when it comes to the huge deployment, it's a hectic one, that okay, go to the manage maybe each missions and check the live status of managed app on each mission. That would not work. It would work, I mean, it's a hectic part. So I would recommend to wait for some time and get the report from the from the Intune portal itself. All right, that's a better way I would suggest. But other hand, you can check the live installation status from the device tab itself, from the device, particular device itself. Hope that makes sense for you. I think that's it for today from my end, and thanks a lot everyone.